Most people think their job is about what they do. They're wrong. Your job isn't what you do. It's what breaks when you don't. If you disappear for 30 days, what falls apart first? What breaks worst? That's not a performance problem. That's your real role. Not the org chart, but the actual flow of decisions and handoffs that actually keep things moving. This is Work Yourself Out of a Job, the show about building systems that make you redundant. I'm Mikey, and today we're doing one of the sharpest mapping tools in the business, the disappear test. Here's what it is. Most people can't actually describe their own job because they don't know the exact set of decisions, handoffs, and outputs that make them load-bearing. They're busy but not visible. If you disappear for 30 days, what breaks first? What breaks worst? That's your real role, not how many meetings you attend or how many emails you send, but what actually routes through you day to day. That's the disappear test. You run it by simulating your own absence for a month. You watch what fails when you're gone. It's not just about what breaks, it's about how fast and how severe it breaks. Something that falls apart on day one but is easy to patch isn't your priority. But something that starts quietly, maybe on day 20, and cascades through the whole system, that's the one you need to build a system for. You have to treat each breakage like a system to build, not a fire to fight. That's what separates good systems from chaotic firefighting. You don't just fix things, you map them, you rank them, you build in order of speed and severity. Here's how you run it step by step. Step 1. Set your time frame, usually a week to a month. You're simulating your own absence, not your vacation or sick day. This is about understanding what happens when the actual human element vanishes. Step 2. Keep a notebook. Not a digital tool, a real notebook. Record every failure that occurs while you're away. Don't sanitize it. No prettying up. The small, annoying handoffs are usually the real bottlenecks. You want to document everything, from missing email replies to delayed reports. Step 3. Rank breakages by speed and severity. That's two axes. Speed equals how fast something breaks. Severity equals how much damage it causes once it does. Some break quickly but cause little harm. Others break slowly but destroy momentum. Step 4. Build systems for the highest leverage breakages. Not the loudest ones, the ones that are both fast and severe. That's where your time pays off. Step 5. Run it twice. First, from memory. Write down what you think will break. Then shadow yourself for a week. Record exactly what happens while you're there. The gap between those two lists is where your blind spots live. The thing people get wrong is the assumption that the most impressive things are the ones to systematize. But that's not how systems work. It's usually the little things that fall apart first. The handoffs, the dependencies, the processes. Nobody talks about because they're too embarrassing or too obvious. You don't get to choose which breakages matter. The system chooses for you. You just have to be honest about what it picks. Here's where people fail. First, the sanitization trap. They only write down the big stuff or the stuff that sounds important in a meeting. That's not real. Real is the thing that breaks in your sleep, the thing nobody notices until it's too late. Second, they don't run it twice. If you don't compare memory to shadowing, you're not seeing the real work. You're only seeing what you think you do. Third, they treat each breakage as an emergency, not a system candidate. They fix the fire instead of building the process that prevents the fire. That's why your job never gets easier. It just keeps getting more chaotic. Fourth, they ignore the feedback loop. Once you build something, it's not done. You have to test it again after a few weeks, see what new breakages appear, what changes in the system. You don't build one system and call it good. You build systems and then you run the test again and again until the only thing that breaks is the system itself. The rule is simple. The faster something breaks and the more serious the damage, the higher priority your system has to be. Run this twice, once from memory, once by observing. The gap is where your blind spots live. That's how you build real systems, not just busy work. If this earned its time, the full system is inside the course at learn.mikey.ai. I'm Mikey. Go map what you don't see.